Systems by elimination. After watching this video, I will be able to solve a system of equations by using elimination with subtraction. So when using the method of elimination, we need to remember that we need two things. We need to have the same coefficient, which means the same number, and it has to be a different sign. So here I can see that I have my system, and the coefficients in front of x are both 8. However, they're both the same sign. They're not different. So I can make it different by taking my entire equation and multiplying by -1. And multiplying by -1 keeps all the numbers the same. The only thing that changes is the sign. So now my system is going to become -8x. Instead of plus y, it'll be minus y. Instead of -3, it'll be +3 because I basically took my -1 and I used the distributive property by multiplying each individual thing. So now my system is going to look like this. So now I do have the same coefficient because they're both 8, and I have different signs. So now I can just go ahead and add. So 8x plus a -8x is just going to give me 0. So x is eliminated. 2 plus -y is the same thing as 2 plus -1. So that's going to give me a +1y. 2 plus 3 is 5. So y will equal 5. Again, once you have one letter, you're going to go back and substitute into any equation you want. So if I substitute into 8x plus 2y equals 2, I would replace the letter y with the number 5, and I would solve for x. So 8x, 2 plus 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract 10 from both sides. 8x is going to give me -8. Divide by 8. X is going to give me -1. And once you have x and y equal to a number, we would write our solution as an ordered pair. Remember, x is always first and then y. Now, I can take this same equation and do something different instead of adding. So I can take my system, and because they are the same number, but they're also the same sign, instead of adding, I can subtract. And the reason I can do that is because the goal is to eliminate one of the variables, and to eliminate means it must become 0. So I know 8 minus 8 would give me 0, and it will eliminate. However, you have to be very careful, because if you're trying to subtract instead of multiplying everything by -1 and then adding two equations, many students do the common mistake of forgetting to subtract the others. So this will eliminate, and then I have 2 minus 1. So 2 minus 1 will give me 1y. Then I have 2 minus -3. So 2 minus -3 becomes 2 plus 3, and that becomes 5. So it doesn't matter if you're choosing to subtract. You just have to be really careful. Therefore, I recommend that students multiply everything across with -1 to make it a different sign, and then add, because it eliminates a lot of the common mistakes. Now you try. Here you have a system where you have the same coefficients and the same sign. Identify what the solution should be.